How do you know?
It was a little higher than 4, and
Yes.
and 6 would have been higher.
She
It
knows
felt
it's
like it
5
was
because
right
4
after
would have been
4,
too
yeah.
low and 6 would have been too high.
We just worked on 4, and it felt like it was the one.
That's good enough. And 5 has, again, a penultimate feeling. Like it's about to go. Could go up, could go down. It has that real sense of being right at the end. Right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. What does this feel like, Terry? 7, right. Does it feel like it's going somewhere?
Up.
Yeah, it feels like it's going up. It's called a leading tone. Where's it leading you to?
Root.
Back to the root. And the reason 7 wants to go up is because it's a half step. And the reason F wants to go down is because why?
Half step.
It's a half step. It's a half step, right? And when you put those two together, you get the dominant chord, the 5 chord, which often has a 7 in it. 1, 3, 5, 7. And it resolves so satisfactorily because 5 goes down to mi, or 4 goes down to 3, and T goes up to do, or 7 goes up to 1. So I get. So we can definitely hear, identify 7 because of that desire to move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. What does this seem like, Sally?
3.
I think 3 is a very good answer. 3's down here going 3, 2, 1, 3 blind mice, mi, re, do. But this is a different spot. 5 has the feeling of. But this, it's 6. It wants to go somewhere over or that's a 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. What is this, John? 4 is not a bad answer, but listen to where it is related to 1.
3.
Listen to where this is related to 1. So this,
3, 2, 1.
right, so this is what?
5.
Here's 5. Listen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 2. What is that?
2.
2. You know what we're doing right now is not an examination. This is not a gift that I, and hopefully anyone, would ever expect you to have. This is a skill that is acquired. This is not necessarily a gift that one has. It's definitely a skill that's acquired. And the way we're acquiring it right now is the way it is, and it's really kind of trial and error. You know, there are those of us who are visual learners, oral learners, kinesthetic learners. Who knows what works for you? But the important thing is you've got to play around with this in the same way that you don't expect a 2-year-old to distinguish between red and blue. All you do is you say, "This is red," and you don't, and you say the next day, "What color is that?" And they say, "Blue." You don't say, "No, wrong, failing grade." Because there's no expectation that they know that. I don't expect that you know that this is 2. But just like the child, when you say, no, honey, that's red. And then they say, red. So I say, no, honey, that's 2. And what John then does, he says, okay, what can I say about that? What can I say to myself about that? You know, and again, I don't know what you're going to say. I've had students who said, oh, it's a little bit more purple colored than I thought it would be. You know, who knows what your sensibilities are? I hear that as being 1 above do. I hear it in terms of where's it going to move to get home. I hear this note. Where's it going to move to get home? It must be a leaving tone. I hear this note. It's almost home. It's 1 note away from home. It must be 5. Because I hear this note. It sounds very churchy. It's going to go down like this. And like 4 goes down to 3. I hear this note. See, it's 1 away from something. What's it away from? It's 1 away from 5. It's 2 away from home. 6, 5, 1. Or Mary Lee, who's a very bluesy chick, thinks of it as this figure. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Right? That's what Mary Lee thinks of it. But this thing we've got to get, because this is pretty simple note identification. Then the place that we would like to be, and you certainly will be in theory, is I will say, okay, take out your pencils. And you write down what all those notes are. But I guess it might be too much to do that if what we're doing is, what is that note? You have to know that that's notes 2, because you can't start with that melody until you know what the first note is, right? So, and I think Teoria is an amazing asset to us, and don't worry about getting things wrong. Try to keep your positive processor on. The response you should have is 5. Teoria says 2. Oh. So that's 2. You know, as if it's okay to not understand it. So the response that you're not taking is, crap, I don't get this. You're not supposed to be able to get it. Like I said, it's like a light bulb. How hard is it to turn on a light? Very simple, if you've got your hand on the switch. But if you're wandering around in a dark room not knowing where the switch is, it's very hard.
But that note would be 5 in the key of G. Right?
That would be 5 in the key of G. Leave it to Will to say
Yes.
the sublime. Okay, let's go back over there. I feel like we're probably...